Well, how about those high frequencies? Let's reach higher, folks. And we're going to continue on with New Earth Ascension Boot Camp, methods of self-governance, and thereby the world, according to the law, as within, so without. It's very similar to the Hermetic principle, as above, so below. I'm going to share some instructions from some of my friends, the Ascended Masters, that bring Earth into this permanent golden age, as decreed by the one true God, creator source Alpha and the Omega, as they say. And this information is undiluted. This is original, pure teachings, okay? From the ascended beings. This is sort of follows the concept, of the I am teachings of Saint Germain, the I am activity and the bridge to freedom, essentially self-government, self-empowerment. That's what this is all about. Part of the New Earth is empowering oneself. Stop giving your power away to others, to institutions, to the priest on Sunday, the Baptist preacher in Alabama. If you don't accept Jesus, you're going to hell. That's all fear-based control, okay? We are Ascended Master. Saint Germain is the master in charge of this planet for the next 2,000 years. I've actually seen Saint Germain a few times and had soul transmission with him. And so I'm speaking from an ontological perspective of veracity. I'm sharing truth with you people, okay? All of you people, all of us new citizens of the New Earth. So remember, these are my words, and let no human being on earth doubt it when I say to you that Saint Germain has performed the greatest service ever attempted by one being on earth, okay? And that is the voice of the I am teachings. And we're going to go over that summary of the laws of life and understanding of the I am presence, okay? Let's move right along. I'm just kind of setting some stuff up. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday evening. I hope you got a chance to check out the Sunday movie matinee feature of Ip Man and the Four Kings. It was a great movie. Now, the word I am is made flesh, right? Beloved ones, it was said long ago that the Word was made flesh and dwelt among the peoples of earth. Is that not true with every embodiment that takes place? As every individual takes embodiment, is not capacity and power of the creative word, I am made flesh, and through that one given an opportunity to express the Christ estate. All right. So the magic presence of God, the I am statement, all right? I am that I am. The lower figure represents the human or the flesh body. The upper figure represents the individualized presence of God, which is the electronic body of the mighty I am presence. Now, let me actually share that, okay? So we have a reference point. All righty. Thank you for your patience, folks. So this is the figure we're talking about right here. All right. So the word I am is made flesh, and that's a very wonderful image right there. Okay. Let me just kind of navigate the screen here for your. Let's get that annoying little. Here we go. All right, there you go. Magic presence of God, the I am. Voice of the I am. The lower figure represents, referring to the figure I just showcased for you, represents the human or flesh body. The upper figure represents the individualized presence of God, which is the electronic body of the mighty I am presence. Between the flesh body and the presence is the higher mental body, a form of just as tangible in its own octave as your flesh body is here. It is your discriminating selective intelligence, The higher mental body knows the perfection of the present and also the imperfection, the undesirable creation which the human has drawn about itself, but will not accept the imperfection in it into its world. The ray of light, which goes from the heart of the presence through the top of the head, anchoring within the heart of the flesh body, is the life, the light, the substance, the energy, the intelligence, and the activity by which the physical body has life and is enabled to move about. When your attention goes to the mighty I Am presence, this ray of light and energy begins to intensify and expand until the point of light within every cell of the flesh body responds to it. Then the process of throwing off of the denser qualities of the flesh body begins. As this intensifies, the radiance forms a tube of light about the flesh body. You can call the presence into action to make it so invincible, so impenetrable, that even a bullet cannot penetrate it. I can testify to that. I've been shot at quite a few times, and that pillar of light that I invoke, impervious, folks. This presence, this becomes an invincible wall of light, okay, enfolding you, and no human thought, feeling, or suggestion can penetrate it or disturb you in any way. This is one of the greatest needs of mankind today. The violet flame flowing up through and around the lower figure represents the violet consuming flame. I've had this consume my entire being, and it informs me in all of my actions in this very moment to this very moment. The violet flame, the mighty I Am presence, when you call for its action to be passed through you and your world to consume all discordant creation, past and present. The use of the violet consuming flame is imperative. More information on the violet fire, we can talk about that when we get to page 33 of this document. It is the only means by which all undesirable accumulation can be forever dissolved, consumed, and its cause and effect annihilated. Everyone should call the presence into action to pass the violet consuming flame from the feet up through the physical, emotional, and mental bodies like a blowtorch, dissolving and consuming forever every undesirable thing or condition which the human has drawn about itself. This is the only means by which you can become free from the wheel of birth and rebirth, free from the hundreds and perhaps thousands of embodiments in which you have lived. Anyone who thinks it is not necessary or imperative to use the violet consuming flame will find his great mistake too late. There is no human being on earth that is an exception to this mighty law. Everyone in this world has felt discordant feelings, spoken negative words, and thought imperfect and discordant thoughts, which means just so much substance and energy qualified with discord, all vibrating within the body and around it in the individual's aura. Now, everyone who has ever accomplished the ascension, Jesus included, had to use the violet consuming flame to dissolve his own human creation before the substance of his flesh body could vibrate at a rate that would enable it to ascend. All must do the same day. All must do this someday, and it is the only way by which anyone can free himself and become master everywhere he moves in the universe. When you sincerely and firmly give attention to your mighty I Am presence, your ascension begins that moment. The practical part of this true understanding is that when you give your attention firmly to your presence, the ray of light and energy from your presence begins to intensify and expand, causing the rapid expansion of light within every cell of your body until the earth loses its attraction for the body. Then, as the attention continues to the presence, the finer part of the flesh body ascends, and it is absorbed in the higher mental body. Thus, the transformation from the human into the divine takes place. All sense and appearance of age leaves the face and body. The hair returns to its natural color, and the clothing dissolves into the garments of the higher octaves. Then the finer part of the flesh body is drawn into the higher mental body, and it ascends into electronic body of the mighty I Am presence. When the individual becomes the ascended being, which Jesus, Saint Germain, and hundreds of others are. This is individual's eternal body of light that never changes. The ascended being can raise or lower the rate of vibration of his or her body and make it visible or invisible at will in the human octave. Now, let me just say this. As far as the transformation of your physical body from the human and divine takes place. Hair returns to natural color. Also higher, signs of age leave your face and body. Now, I'll tell you this: since my ascension, which was roughly September of 2021, so it's been a couple of months, but I did go through this ascension. I mean, how can I say it? I've spent 20 years off and on in the United States Army. I played high school football, was a black belt in karate, jumped out of airplanes, rappelled from helicopters, pumped 80-pound, rucksacks and, air assault courses, all that kind of stuff. And, a drinker, Alabama playing high school football, which I went to the same high school that Bo Jackson went to in McCalla, Alabama, which was McAdory High School. So very serious football program where I grew up at in Alabama. But one thing I learned with, football was how to drink Budweiser. And then went into the Army, and drinking was a part of that culture. And then got out and was a musician, and drinking was part of that. So, I mean, I drank hard most of my life. Have a Shiner when I got here to Texas, and learned the joys of Shiner, one hand, and a shot of Jameson's in the other. And that's how I operated, until I was non-operating. I'm not trying to glorify that lifestyle or that, make it sound macho. But anyway, I've lived hard. So, and basically this transformation that I just shared with you is real. I mean, I feel that my health has been restored. I'm 52 years of age, and it's like all what that just said, that transformation, that violet flame, just really brought me back into divine state of health. And that's just one. I'm just sharing that to give people a little encouragement to really take your inner life seriously, to really take this ascension process, because right now the energies of the planet and the galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, with all the planets that are in retrograde and alignment, the energies and what the sun and the Mayans, they told it right, the epoch of the fifth sun, but it wasn't 2012, it was 2021. So some of the new age people got a little overzealous, but not saying there wasn't a type of ascension that happened in 2012, but it was 2021. So anyway, Ascended Master, as far above a disembodied individual as light is above darkness. See the light, you must come out of the darkness. So the Ascended Master is the conqueror over so-called death, while the one who has passed through death has failed to hold the mastery or control of its substance and energy. Therefore, he must return in another baby body, grow up, and try again to attain his victory by keeping his physical body harmonious long enough for his presence to release through it the full power of light and love, and thus expand the perfection of itself, which is the Ascended Master's victory, the Ascension. The color radiance around the presence represents the accumulation of all the good from all the past lives of the individual. It is a great storehouse of energy which the individual has earned. The great energy will be released into physical use when enough attention has been given to the presence, the I Am presence. Around the lower figure, our flesh, form is the accumulation of whatever irritable, destructive qualities the individual has generated through the centuries. The great mercy of the mighty I Am presence is that few are ever permitted to see the discordant accumulation. This is why it is imperative to call the presence to use the violet consuming flame each day until this is completely dissolved and consumed. At the left of the lower figure is Mount Shasta. So and I've been rambling on a little bit. I'm going to read this part in this part of the boot camp, but let me read this and then I'll refer back to the figure, and we'll ride out on that beautiful image. At the left of the lower figure is Mount Shasta, where some of the experiences of unveiled mystery took place. At the right are the Teton Mountains, where the retreat, I've been there in the Grand Tetons in Wyoming. Royalty Time is located. It is the retreat that the Great Assembly of the Ascended Masters meets twice each year to render a mighty service of light, love, and perfection for the freedom and blessing of mankind and earth. Actually have fond memories of Crestone, Colorado, where I spent the night in a Zen monastery in Crestone, Colorado. That was amazing. Had a lot of amazing experiences. I'm fortunate to be able to share this information with you, all of you. So there was the mountains they were talking about in the lower left figure, the Grand Tetons, and there's the visual image of the ascension through the violet flame, consuming the discordant body. It's basically all your astral akashic attachments in the astral realms, your memories, your karma, and this is what you're doing when you're invoking this violet flame. So this type of visualization is to start things off with, but this is what you and this is very real too. I don't know. If you ever meet me in person, I'll feel comfortable to share more personal biographical data with my personal ascension. Some things are best left as a private entity. Not that I would ever, keep. I would share it, but I just don't think it's proper to do so over the intertubes. So anyway, this is just a little special episode of the New Earth Ascension Boot Camp, kind of starting off. And we're going to have other episodes. We're going to go through this document and share the nuts and bolts and more of the ascension process. Okay, folks. So. Man, I can't really tell you. I can't wait to get my new Al Capone hat and my new, the Ip Man traditional Chinese martial artist outfit, and I'm going to really be sporting that look soon. So, anyway, hope everybody's having a great weekend and enjoying the energies of the fifth dimension that are so prevalent on the new earth. Namaste.